exposed his awrah, akramakumullah, and he urinated and he put najasa in the masjid, or that companion lady who committed adultery, she was stoned as a result of that. May Allah be pleased with her. Anyone who comes after them, anyone, no matter who he is, and no matter what he did in the religion, they can never reach the position of the companions of Islam, companions of the Prophet. He told us about them, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, لا تسبوا أصحابي فوالذي نفسي بيدي لو أنفق أحدكم مثل أحد ذهب ما بلغ مد أحدهم ولا نصيبا. Do not curse my companions. Don't curse my companions. Because I swear by the one whom my soul is in his hands, if one of you were to spend the size of Mount Uhud in gold as sadaqah, if you spend all of Uhud in gold, it will never equal a mud that one of them spent, or half of a mud. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, Umar radiallahu anhu, Uthman, Ali radiallahu anhuma, a mud. You take 4 hands of dates and you put it there. That's a mud. 4 handful of raisins, you put it there. That's a mud. If you and I were to spend all of Uhud in gold, it wouldn't equal 4 handful of sugar or salt or dates from one of the companions. So I find it strange, being a revert to this religion, as you come to the religion and you find people who claim a connection to Islam, cursing those companions. Those people who can pray 1,000 raka'at behind the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Those people who preserve this Quran, who in this month, they fought for the establishment and the preservation of this religion and for this book, and the people come today who can barely get through the Quran in the month of Ramadan, turning around and saying that these individuals are non-Muslims. So that's the difference between us and the difference between them. Allah Ta'ala has divinely chosen, and as a result of that, they occupy a tremendous place in the religion of Islam. So the encouragement here is to take advantage of what remains from the month of Ramadan as it relates to the recitation of the Quran. You brothers who have not taken a mu'allim for the Quran, I advise you, whether you are a revert, whether you are non-Arab, even the Arab people, make it your business to go and to learn the Quran from someone who knows the Quran. Because even if you're an Arabic person and you have a PhD in Arabic language, you're not going to read the Quran correctly without a mu'allim to teach you. And we understand that from the fact that Jibril used to come to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to go over the Quran. فَيُدَارِسُهُ الْقُرْآنِ. The Prophet used to sit with Jibril and he used to read the Quran. He used to move his lips very quickly, trying to memorize. Allah Ta'ala revealed to Jibril to tell the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به إن علينا جمعه وقرآن فإذا جمعناه فاتبع قرآن ثم إن علينا بيان فإذا قرأناه فاتبع قرآن. Don't move your lips reading it very quickly, Muhammad. Don't read it very quickly like that. Jibril taught him. Don't read it very quickly. Take your time with the recitation of the Quran. Allah said about Jibril as it relates to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Allamahu shadidul quwwa." He was taught by the Quran by someone who was powerful and mighty, meaning Jibril. So the Messenger of Allah is the afsahu man nataqa bil-dad wa la aqul hadha kal-hadith. This is the reality. He was the most eloquent person who spoke the Arabic language, and yet Jibril was the one who taught him. When the Quran was revealed and Jibril came to him and he told him, Iqra. And he squeezed him and the Prophet said, well, I can't read. Or, what should I read? What should I read? And he squeezed him again, Iqra. He said, what should I read? Squeezed him. 3rd time. And then Jibril taught him what to read and how to read. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. He taught him what to read and how to read. So you're an Arab and you think that you're going to just pick up the Quran and read it like that? La. The Quran needs a teacher to teach you so that you'll know the ahkam of tajweed to read it correctly. وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا. reading the Quran with tartil. So this is the month Ikhwani to make this effort of engaging in the recitation of the Quran, reading it correctly, bringing the Quran back into the place where it's supposed to be, in the minds and the hearts, so that we don't fall under the statement what the Prophet ﷺ is going to say, يوم القيامة وقال الرسول ربي إن قوم اتخذوا هذا القرآن مهجورا. This is what we want to present to you, brothers, in the way of advice, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us those people who love the Quran, those people who pay attention to practicing the Quran and implementing the Quran, and may Allah ta'ala make it easy for us and easy for you.
We thank Brother for his enlightening talk and for sparing your precious time to be here with us today. May Allah reward you abundantly, and may Allah give us the strength to act on the knowledge that we gain from your talk. Now we are going to entertain some questions. I would ask the brothers if they could kindly pass the slips forward so that I can read the questions. And also if one of the sisters could pass on the questions down here as well, I'd be very grateful. I'm going to read the questions, and I'd ask Brother to respond as briefly as possible because we have quite a lot. The first question is from a brother. I've got two timetables for starting our fasting. One start is 3:45 and the other start is 5:15. Which one should I follow? So, brother.
Certainly, discrepancies in the timetable, there are 2 points I think you should be aware of. Number one, first point is that sometimes the timetables are actually saying that the actual time of Al-Fajr in one timetable they say is at 5 o'clock, and another timetable they're saying that the actual Salat of Al-Fajr begins, the Fajr comes in at 5 minutes to 5. So there's a discrepancy that the actual time of the Salat comes in, Fajr comes in 5 o'clock or 5 minutes to 5. What you should do is follow the 2 timetables that you deem as being the closest to the truth, because you know that that particular timetable comes from a group of Muslims who their Islam is not suspect. There's certain Muslims who they come to conclusions, the way that they understand Islam, the things that they say is suspect. For an example, a group of people who claim that Ghulam Ahmed is a Rasul after the Prophet of Islam, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you see a timetable that they have, having a discrepancy from the timetable of a masjid or a group of people who they don't make these weird statements, these un-Islamic statements, then you're going to pay attention to the timetable of the people who don't believe that